The search continues for 3 suspects after an attempted armed robbery caused a few anxious moments in the South End. Police say 4 masked men approached a car on Olympic Way last night, brandished a handgun, and demanded the driver unlock the doors. The driver refused and fled the area. An Ottawa police officer immediately spotted the suspect vehicle, followed it to the area of Bell Manor Court and 6th Street, where the suspects all fled the scene. Residents in the area say they were told to stay inside and lock their doors as police searched the area. 1 suspect was arrested. Police have seized a vehicle. 48-year-old Ottawa man facing charges in connection with a string of bank robberies, including 3 this month. Ottawa police say a suspect was arrested after a robbery Wednesday afternoon at a bank on Preston Street. A CTV viewer snapped this photo of a plainclothes police officers arresting a man. Paul Doyle charged with 5 counts of robbery, wearing a disguise, and intimidation. Well, the injury list continues to grow for the Ottawa Senators as goaltender Craig Anderson left last night's game with a sprained ankle. Reporter Melissa Lamb live in the newsroom with more on that injury. Melissa.
Well, Kurt, it was a thrilling win for the Sens last night, but Sens fans left feeling little reason to celebrate as the team lost their standout goalie to injury. Now, the good news is Anderson is listed as day-to-day. He suffered an ankle sprain in the 3rd period against the New York Rangers after he was hit by Rangers rookie Chris Kreider. Anderson is the latest player to be added to the injury list that just seems to keep on growing for the Sens. It was just last week star defenseman Erik Karlsson suffered a season-ending injury as he cut his Achilles tendon in a game against Pittsburgh. Sens announcer Setman Sue says fans are in disbelief over the latest injury.
Oh, it was like a giant no last night on Twitter in the building, but the good news is it's day-to-day. Fingers crossed, come back. But how many more Ottawa Senators can get injured? Hopefully none.
And of course, we want to get your thoughts on this story today. Are the Sens doomed for the season, or can they battle through all of these injuries? You can find us on Twitter at CTV Otmore Live. Kurt?
Thanks very much. Melissa Lamb reporting live in our newsroom this morning. We're still waiting to find out whether Oscar Pistorius will be granted bail while awaiting a trial on charges of murder. The chief magistrate has started delivering his ruling at Pistorius' bail hearing in Pretoria. South African Olympian is charged with premeditated murder in the shooting death of his girlfriend back on Valentine's Day. Pistorius has said he acted in self-defense and mistook her for an intruder. We'll have an update on that story as the information becomes available. An autopsy has provided no answers into the death of a Vancouver woman. The body of 21-year-old Elisa Lam was found in a water tank on the roof of a hotel in Los Angeles Tuesday. Police say an autopsy failed to determine the cause of death. Authorities are now waiting for toxicology tests before making a final determination. Military aircraft will resume the search this morning for any signs of a fishing boat that capsized off Nova Scotia. 5 men missing after the Miss Alley overturned sometime last Sunday. RCMP say searchers spotted scattered debris yesterday in the area where the 13-meter boat was last heard from. The families of the 5 fishermen are urging the RCMP and the military to try and recover the vessel and the bodies. Blessed with the voices of angels and a divine sound, a Canadian school choir is hoping to perform for the new Pope. About 190 students from Toronto St. Michael's Choir will sing in the Vatican City on April 7th. That's when the Archbishop of Toronto will preside over Mass at the Basilica of St. Peter. The group had scheduled a private performance for the outgoing Pope Benedict, and now the choir is hoping the performance can take place for the new pontiff.